it a bit of a horror movie going through the tape on Monday?
Yeah, well, it was, yeah. I mean, I think we were 50 points down with 15 minutes to go. And I guess what was mentioned to the guys is those games can sort of be honourable losses or embarrassing losses, and we chose the latter, and that was disappointing. You'd like to think we slowly get away from those sorts of things. Obviously, that when you give up 50 points in 15 minutes, it's an attitude thing, and so we sort of we dropped the ball a bit, so that was disappointing.
So it's contested footy to focus again this week, especially against the Collingwood team that's
going
to be pretty desperate for a win, but also with a pretty star-studded midfield as well.
Well, when we play our worst, that's the number that drops. Our stoppage numbers drop and our contested footy drops. And it's funny when you've got to get the ball off the umpire. Normally you've got to get a contested ball to do that. So those things go hand in hand a little bit for us.
Leppitsch, you were incredibly calm in the post-match press conference. Were you containing your rage? Or
no, I don't get rage after the game. A little bit in the box. But no, once it's done, it's done. You've got to analyse the game and move on, I guess. But yeah.
You've played young guys all year. Is there any credence to the fact they might be running out of legs at the back end of the season, or are you not giving them that out?
No, you don't want to give them that out. Well, funny enough, we have played better off a bye both times. We've had our best games off the byes. So there is some in that. They're young boys that haven't played against men before and haven't played 22 rounds either. Most of the underage only play 18 games. So it's a lot of challenges for them. Their first year, second year, but they're not excuses for performance, because most of those are mental things. We've proven we can play good football on any given day, so we just have to accept that our best is good enough. We can't accept performances below that.
You look to Collingwood this week with their star-studded midfield and possibly Dane Swan back. That creates some headaches, no doubt. Yeah,
it does. I mean, who to run with? Obviously, they're the questions that are going to be asked, because they've got all Australians through their midfield. We don't. We've got some really good and capable mids. We're not at all Australian standard through there. So that's the big strength of their group, and obviously got Cloak as an all Australian forward as well. So they've got some stars within their team, which is going to be an interesting decision for us at the selection table.
And no doubt a lot of talk earlier in the week has been on Tom Rockliff and his 100th. He's certainly been of all Australian calibre this year.
Well, he has, and let's hope he gets there for Tommy's sake. But I guess more importantly, Tom will say the same thing. We get a win and get a good performance. Big stage, MCG Saturday night. We don't get too many MCG games, so it'll be good. It'll also be exciting for some of our young boys. I think there's a job to do, and if you win these sorts of games, it's really big for the confidence, I think.
Just on your team, we've seen Matty Leuenberger run around. He's had a couple of games. Is he close to being in the picture, or how do you...
Look, he only had the one full game so far. He's had a couple of half games, but he completed a game for the first time last week. Your head tells you it's probably one too early to bring him back now. We'll have to discuss that, and it's mainly whether he can get through a game and whether it's the right thing by him.
Do you want to have him back there before the end of the season?
You mean to risk injury? I guess the side of me thinks what's the point? A little bit, because you only risk injury when you play. But it's also for him to get out there and get some continuity, and also see him and Steph work together. I think that's going to be good for the group too.
You'd like to see that, I guess. Better idea.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it'd be good to see those two out there together. But as I said, just for him, you don't want to bring him back too early, and just for the sake that you'd like to see them out there. I would not have a clue whether he's going to play. I'm not a part of their Medico team, but I'd probably play him. So.
What did you make of Freeman's debut last weekend?
Difficult circumstances for Jono. I thought he competed really well. If you watch the game the way we do, he ran his patterns well. He competed at times. He got fatigued and did the normal things that young kids did. Some of those little areas dropped away, but he's worth persisting with.
Patrick Karnisis has a chance to play for Collingwood this week. Do you expect any of the boys to just sort of let him know that maybe he shouldn't have left Queensland last year? Does that still exist?
No, I haven't. No, it doesn't give me. I don't know what they're going to say to him. It doesn't bother me at all. It's not any of our planning. But look what goes on the field. There's a lot of chatter that goes on the field that the public don't know about. I think 99% of it we miss. So I'm sure something will be said, possibly. I don't know. I know I would have back in my day, but things have changed a little bit.